Hi, it's me again. I'm still here. Still ready to go if I don't hit myself with the controller. I have my next moves all planned out, and if we're doing really well, we could get 4 bosses on the list this stream. Which means I should probably stop nodding and start playing, shouldn't I? Because we're at a good point where I'm going to head downstairs. That's not what I want. I want to continue. I'm going to head downstairs to where it's very warm. There are a number of bosses down there. Most of them aren't too difficult. And if we're really lucky, we'll just blow through them. At the end of my last stream, I had every intention of going through this area, which is why I'm here. Before I did other things, but I have considered this, and I am going to not do that. I'm going to come back down here later. Morning, Peps. When I have some more things to do down there. Instead, the first thing that I'm going to do is pop back to the Duke's archives for just a minute. Press this button over here so that I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to pop back into the Duke's archives to do a thing. Then I might go shopping briefly for a couple of things. Actually, we'll see if they're gonna.
Oh, her time is a result.
Can I buy anything from you that I don't already own? Roaming soul mass. Crystal magic weapon might be alright. I should probably buy that.
Come again.
This isn't the person I intended to go shopping from. But I do want to buy a lot of that stuff anyway. Oh, I should put the rest of my armor back on too. Once I can find them, I don't want to get killed by this thing while I'm doing this. There we go. Because I went and saw Sigmar, and that means that there should be this thing over here, which wasn't here last time I came through. Fortunately, these ones are a bit tougher than their blue friends. To answer your question, maps were good, Peds. There was some it was a perfectly normal batch of maps. There's even some decent single player stuff in there. Ow. More should do it.
It was you who rescued me. Why, thank you. I am Vigeland of Katarina. I don't know how I ended up in that crystal. It wasn't terrible in there, but I could hardly move. I must think of some way to repay you. Oh, have you seen my father? You wouldn't miss him. A suit of armor just like mine. Thank goodness. I knew he was here somewhere. Well then, now I must find him. Thanks again, truly. Now I shall just stay put and keep out of trouble. Well then.
Anyway, that's all I needed to do. Well, let's bone back, shall we? Wish I could remember where any of the items were in this list. I'm glad they improved the item interface in later games. Alright, well, I still don't need to be down here, so I'm gonna pop back to Firelink briefly. I don't know if I actually need to for that storyline that I was just progressing to progress further, but if she's there, I might as well. I want to go and buy some resins before I head downstairs.
Oh, hello again. We're both managing quite well, aren't we? But I haven't found my father yet. Have you seen him? Really? Then I must be off. I'm sorry he's caused you trouble. He has a knack for that. If he just stayed put.
He doesn't want to stay put.
Really?
Just pop up here, buy some resins, and then we'll see how many bosses we can get done today. As I was saying, if we're really swift about it, we might be able to get 4. 3, it seems entirely doable. Be kind of disappointed if we only get 2, but we'll see how it goes. Huh. It was worth killing that rat. I believe Sigmar was last in Blighttown, yes. But the next place we bump into him is the infamous spot. And we're heading in that direction, so... I'll just cash up, shall I? Withdraw some money.
I thought maybe you'd think. Are you back for more of my moss there? Plenty of it here. Freshly peeled. Just for you.
Let's see, I don't need... I mean, I'll buy one of those just so I've got one in a pinch. Let's see, I might buy some poison throwing knives, buy some dung pies. Let's buy some more poison throwing knives, you never know. I'll buy a bunch of charcoal pine resin. Let's say 20. I wanna use the resins more, and the only way I'm gonna have them is if I keep buying them. Don't even have enough for 20 poison rotten pine resins, but let's go 10. You don't want poison that much. It's more homeward bones. Been running low. That should be all.
Much obliged. I think I like you.
Now let's use one of those homeward bones. Did you never actually do that? Follow that line through, Tabs? I'm surprised. Let's see, where do we need to go? There. Hello everyone. Can I buy things off you? No. Gotta think about it. Do I have anything I can upgrade? I don't remember where everything is. By everything, I mean my spears. I think my... Oh no, they're... I'm not gonna bother upgrading my Silver Knight spear again. Doesn't really need it. I'm probably not going to use it again. I know it's probably going to be doing more damage than the Partisan by this point, but I want to use the Partisan, so... Love it. Armor though, maybe I'll reinforce my brass armor. Depending on how much it costs. Could always use a little booster. I've got all this twinkling titanite. Don't quite have enough to get everything up to +3. Also, I'm probably getting the best boosts off of the armor anyway, so... There we go. Now then, let's head down into Balrog territory, shall we? It's not going to take long to get to the first boss. In fact, that's going to be the first thing we fight. Wish I had more gold pine resins. Fire resin isn't going to be so useful down here. Barely see the fellow we'll be fighting in a second. This boss is dumb, and you know it. I don't like its name. I never actually knew there was a cheese way to fight this boss, but not like even a... It's like an entirely intended cheese? Which is a great phrase. I should say that more often. Entirely intended cheese. It's weird, they literally just put in a way to cheese it. Like, actively. So I guess I'll fight this briefly for a short minute before I go and do that, because I want to show that off, and also because it's pretty easy to cheese even if you don't have a cheese method that's built in. So, now that I've said that, I'm gonna mess it up, but... I wasn't sure what he was gonna do. This is my cheese method. Stand far enough away and all he does is that move. Which, as long as you dodge quick well enough, then he'll just keep doing that. So I'm gonna instead try and go and do the built-in cheesy way. Which shouldn't be too much trouble. I never actually knew you could do this until someone mentioned it. It was you, Pebs. I had a feeling Irby would have something for this name. It's not a very pleasant name. It's fair. I'm pretty sure the implication is that all the lava down there is from him? I don't even know what half of this thing's moves are, because if you do that cheese method, it generally doesn't use them. Well, this isn't the ideal position. But because there's no platform beneath here, he just sort of jumps on with his arm and then you hit it a bit and he falls off and then he's dead. And that's just a way that they put in that you can kill him. You lure him all the way to the exit and he jumps over. You hit his arm a bit and then he's actually dead. You don't need to get rid of all his life, you just need to stagger him. I don't even know if he can do anything while he's clinging onto it like that. We have to rank that, don't we? I guess let's take it over to the board. We have to scroll now. That's how many things we got on this list already. We're up to number 17. Ceaseless discharge. Well, most bosses don't have a method like that. It's just this one. And I guess it's cool that, well, maybe I'm forgetting some other things, but this is the only one that I can think of that has a thing like that. And I suppose it's interesting. It's just kind of a weird boss anyway. I don't think this boss is going to get super high, considering basically my entire perspective of the Ceaseless Discharge is a boss you can cheese. Like, even when I first fought him, I figured out that he just kept doing that slam down thing. You just, as long as you roll at the right time, you can just keep stabbing him. He's just kind of ugly. I don't care for Ceaseless Discharge that much. As I mentioned, even the name. I think it would probably be above the cheesing that you do of Gaping Dragon, because Gaping Dragon just takes forever and isn't that fun to fight. But it's probably less engaging than Iron Golem. So I'm inclined, I think it's actually got a very nice spot built in for it at number 11. Right between Iron Golem and Gaping Dragon. I've probably been a bit hard on Olsmore, but fuck him. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Ceaseless Discharge is coming in at number 11. And that's where we're at. I'm happy with that. Okay. Look at that, we're barely a quarter of an hour in and we've already got a boss down. The next one isn't that far further. In fact, you could probably almost see the boss door from here. It's down there somewhere. I mean, there's plenty of optional bosses in the Dark Souls series itself, but that's just an odd case of one where you do have to fight it, but there's a very easy way to deal with it. I think technically it is possible to beat the game without fighting Ceaseless Discharge, but you need to get through this area while the lava is still there, and there's very limited situations that you can actually do that in, because the lava fucking hurts. I was in that for a split second and that was almost half my life. there's a whole bunch of Taurus demons over there, aka the second boss we fought. But I don't really want any of the items over there, so I'm just gonna leave them. Don't need to fight them. There is, however, Capra demons here, aka the, I don't know, probably like 6th boss we fought. However, these are considerably easier because you don't have to fight them in a shit of an area. They're not the 3rd boss you fight. I mean, they could be, but they're not the 3rd boss. They're not the 3rd boss I fought. Maybe 4th. Because it was Asylum Demon, Taurus Demon, Bell Gargoyles. It probably was 4th, actually. Unfortunately, there's a whole bunch of, oh yeah. I almost forgot about that. So, I just have to deal with this first. Kirk's not very good. Tourist team? Sure, why not? So yeah, there's a whole bunch of Capra demons up here, which might be trouble, especially given how little room you have to work with. But on the other hand, you don't actually need to fight them, because you just slip down here. Unfortunately, there's a bonfire just there, but this thing is in a bit of an unfortunate position. Let's see what we can do. I don't really like fighting these things. They're pretty... let's do whatever the hell they want. Also, they hurt. Just a fact I kind of forgot until just now. It's almost dead. They're normally a bit hard to break than that, but I guess this decently strong spear with a decently strong magic on it's probably good enough. Let's see. Crystal magic weapon has 3 uses. I thought it only had 1 use. I can't use it yet. That's a shame. But all my points are probably going to be going to intelligence now anyway, so it shouldn't be too long before I can. Let's just push this over the limit. I don't know how many of these are. I don't think I still can't use crystal magic weapon for another level, but I don't remember where you get strong magic shield. Not that I'm using a shield, but it might come in handy for one of the bosses I'm heading towards. Anyway. Do recall that it's actually vice versa, Abby. Hollow Knight did not come first. Fair enough. Oh, you piece of garbage. Oh, you piece of garbage. Oh, you piece of garbage. These things are dumb and usually not much of a problem. Apparently if you just let them breathe fire on you for ages, they can hurt a bit though. I generally try to avoid fighting these things. But, needs must. Four stabs isn't so bad. It's gonna go around you. Do I don't really need the Ember on the side. Maybe I will go straight for the boss. I use counter hits, that can go down in 2 hits. That's pretty good. This spear is actually kind of killing things pretty well. I'm not gonna lie. Just trying to remember what else is down there. I think there's just an Ember. Which I don't need. Much like the other ones I skipped, there's an Ember over there as well. Let's go get that item. How do you go get that item? You're reminding me. How the item you go get. See, jump. I feel like... Do you mean like stock sounds, Irby? Just generic sounds that were used in more than one place? The way down there is just a shortcut, but you can only get into it if you've progressed a certain way into a particular covenant, which I have not done. So I can't go down there. See, for me, it was specifically Red Alert and Lands of Lore 2. Both Westwood games, worth noting, that as far as, there are a bunch of stock sounds in both of those, and as far as I'm concerned, those were the original. And so I just hear Lands of Lore 2 sounds, and on occasion, Red Alert sounds everywhere. Lands of Lore 2 especially. Red Alert just has like some explosion sounds that seem very common. Possibly some scream sounds as well, because it's one of those. Here's boss number 2. Which is going to look familiar. Ow. Don't do that. I said, what did I just say? This is a problem. Left, please. Unfortunately, Demon Fire Sage is a lot like those other demons. Oh, this is a bad place to be. Just wanted magic. As we all do. The difference is Demon Fire Sage is a bit more of a pain than the other ones. It's not being so much of a problem right now, granted. Like, it still does this stomp move, which is useless, and it has its biggest opening. But it uses its big explosion attacks slightly more than Stray Demon did. And those attacks are annoying because they make you not be stabbing it. But otherwise, it's still easy as hell. Like, I don't mind the concept of the repeated big demon boss, mini-boss things, but I think they did it better in Dark Souls 3. Just because there was a bit more variety there. They actually had meaningful distinctions. It pretty much is literally the same boss with fire, except the arena's slightly more annoying, in my opinion. On the other hand, the fire does make it a little cooler. But also there's the fact that it's annoying. Whereas a Sun Demon is currently number 5 and Stray Demon is currently number 7. Fire Sage Demon is so similar to Stray Demon, I don't even know how to separate them. Maybe they shouldn't be separated. Like, I feel like I should dock points from one of these just because they are basically identical. But that's not fair on either of them. They're both as the same as each other. Fire Sage Demon is cooler than the Stray Demon, IMO. So maybe Fire Sage Demon at number 7? Stray Demon at number 8? That works for me. Demon Fire Sage also drops more interesting items. Stray Demon just drops a slab. Which is useful, but not that interesting. Anyway, that's the list. And there we go, we're half an hour in and we've already gotten 2 bosses talked up. The other 2 are probably gonna... Actually no, even the next one is really not that far away, is it? It's like up the stairs and then down the stairs again. I'll go downstairs first because there's a shortcut I want to unlock. I don't actually know if you... Oh wait, it's upstairs, apparently. Right, because I've gone down. I'll unlock the shortcut upstairs, then I'll... Isn't it Demon Fire Sage? I don't think it's Fire Sage Demon. Feel free to Google it if you doubt me. I'm pretty sure that's right. I don't actually know if you need to step on this thing to unlock the shortcut, but I'd rather do it and not need to than need to and not do it. Because this is literally the... There are no warpable bonfires for a long way in the next area. In fact, not until you finish the area. Bye now. Because that... I'm pretty sure that Daughter of Chaos bonfire, the one I started at, is the only bonfire you can walk to anywhere near here. The next one is when you basically have no reason to ever come back. Equip some of those resins. Fire's not going to be so useful, but maybe I'll put poison resin on. Poison throwing knife. I really don't need the transient curse anymore. I'm not going back to New Londo for quite some time. I'm not going to say something silly like I'm never going back to New Londo. Just not for a while. You also don't get a whole lot of souls off that bugger. I've only got enough one level. In a lot of ways that boss kind of seems like a... it wasn't supposed to be there. Like, it's a boss that's basically identical to another boss. It doesn't give you a whole lot of souls. There's bosses pretty much right next to it on both sides. An odd one, that one. Demon Fire Sage. Anyway, I can slap on Crystal Magic Weapon, which is stronger than my other magic weapon. Let's see, I have magic in the form of a spell and poison and fire all at my disposal. Fortunately, magic's probably going to be the most useful one for the next one. Solaire. Would Solaire just get himself killed by the fire? I'm not going to bother summoning Solaire. This boss can be a pain. I'll admit it. I like how you can actually see this boss sitting there, because you're on that platform just up there before. Bonfire's like just around there. Fortunately, the only really wider area you have to fight in is past all this lava. I can barely make it through there. What's the range on this? Not far enough. You really just want to try and coax this thing into getting as far onto this platform as it's willing to go. Which unfortunately, usually it stops around there and starts doing this bullshit. Tried to kick it. It wasn't so effective. If that surprises you. But you can cut something of this thing off. I don't remember what it is though. Is it the tail? Or is it one of these arms? Such that they can be called tails and arms. I actually did really good damage to this thing. Normally this fight takes a lot longer, in my experience. You can cut something on that thing off, but it just gives you that anyway. Which you need because otherwise you will roast. Because this thing lets you walk through the lava without dying instantly. Anyway, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, we have to rank again. Look, it's been 40 minutes and we've done 3 bosses. They really cram them together in this area. The problem is, where the hell does that bugger go? I guess as fights go, it's a bit more interesting than the other ones, but the lava sucks. You've only got this little platform to fight him on. I suppose it would probably be more appropriate for that particular one. If we're lucky, we'll do 4. Hell, we might even get to 5. Given where I'm going next. I've got my little list down there. Just a rough outline of where I'm going. It might be tricky to get to 5 though. Anyway. God. I think this boss fight is a little more engaging than a lot of the other ones that we've done so far. I would probably put it above Demon Fire Sage at least. I might even put it above Seetha Scaleless. Don't know about Ornstein. Maybe number 5. I might put Centipede Demon at. I don't know, Pebs, how does that sit with you? Centipede Demon at number 5? It's not that good, but it is more engaging than a lot of these other fights. I think that's right, I'll go. That's what it's called, right? Centipede Demon? There's a lot of demons in this game, aren't there? Should colour the new ones. Next time, maybe. Oh, that's where I came from. Wrong way. You're not immune to the lava, but it certainly reduces the damage enough that it's so much less of a problem. Who's this? Let me just sit at the bonfire first.
Why? Why? After all this searching, I still cannot find it. Why? After
Soler seems down about something. Oh yeah, these things. I pretty much completely forgot about them. These weird buggers that are all over this area. That are actually super not a problem, most of them. Because you don't go anywhere near them. You don't have to. You can go and fight all of them if you want. They're kind of shits to fight, frankly. They pretty much design this area into the understanding that you probably don't want to be standing on the lava as much as possible. They give you a pretty clear route through. Not if you fall off it like I did, but... There's only, I think, one item out there sitting on the lava. Fortunately, one of these is close enough that you kind of need to deal with it. I just want to do it its attack so he can see these weird things. Do the jump. Bastard. Well, it killed the other one. I didn't know it could do that. I don't think it's gonna do the jump. Okay, it did the jump. I'm happy. Fun fact, these are the same model as the undead dragon torsos, which aren't the bit of the undead dragon that you fight. You can see one lying, you can see one of these models lying down in the painted world. The torso climbs after you and the legs and stuff stay behind. This whole area kind of... I don't know. People say you can see the evidence of them kind of running out of time for making the last areas in this game. And I can kind of see it, but I don't know if I don't know if I'm all the way on board with that thinking, but there's definitely some things about it. Oh yeah, there's an invisible wall and the only bonfire in the area there too. Don't miss it. Hello, Strider. We are, as you might say, burning through this area. I do like this area conceptually, though. It's just lava-y ruins with all the roots growing all over them. It's a shame it's all a build up to a boss that sucks. Spoiler, the boss sucks. I should have bought some fire bombs. For reasons that will possibly soon become apparent. There's just a lot of these things down here. They're not hard. They're barely an obstacle. Don't give you enough souls to be worth a damn. You can run straight past these things, but I'm going to guess that I will have to run past them at least once. Yeah, you wouldn't want to miss this one. These weird fucking things. I'll go up here first, just because I've got some friends that I need to say hello to. Kirk's back for the last time. That was Kirk. nothing in this area is that hard. I think that's the problem. Like, all the regular enemies are either completely ignorable or fairly easy to fight, except with some exception with the Kappa and Taurus demons in the Demon Ruins. Bosses are all not super memorable. Yeah, that's just the... I think the only thing down here is that item down there, and that's just a ring sacrifice. It's also sometimes kind of hard to get. Oh, and this. It was all worth it. Oh, bugger it, I'll try and get it. Have I ever mentioned I like stuff? Okay, that wasn't so bad. I wonder how much trouble this boss is gonna give me. I normally have a shield of some kind. Oh. Graphics, calm down. They're just everywhere, they're useless. Why are you here? I guess you've got to have something, but still. That's quicker. That... I guess I should go that way too, shouldn't I? To, finish Solaire's questline. These things are such pains. This one hurts a lot. Maybe it'll be okay with me doing this. I'm too far away. This is barely scratching that life bar. Oh, problem. Maybe it'll let me go past. You know I'll be back. Always use more twinkling.
Finally, I have found it. I have. My very own son. I am the sun. I've done it. I have. Yes, I did it.
So that's not sounding so good. It's gonna sound a lot worse soon.
Oh, my son. It's setting. It's dark. So dark.
Drops a shit ton of stuff though. Poor Solaire. Even if you save him, he doesn't sound too happy about the whole situation. Don't know why I'm killing these things, there's no point. Got some sunlight medals apparently though. That particular head joy that I just picked up is one of the few light sources that you can use for getting through the Tomb of the Giants. But I've already done that, so it's all the same to me. From that side? I don't think so. It doesn't matter, I'm not going to use it. I really should kill this thing just for the Demon Titanite. Max out my butterfly horn. That was a perilous place to stand. It was a perilous place to be. Garbage head. I didn't realize I was hanging on to that many souls. That's a shame. That's the only one of those stone demon thingies that ever respawns too, so if you're ever in need of a whole lot of demon titanite, you have to get real familiar with that thing. So I don't think there's any real quick way to get to it either. You'd have to come down from the Daughter of Chaos bonfire. I don't know if those things drop anything. Probably red titanite. There's something I have to do down here though. Who's that over there? How do I get it? You don't really want to jump down. I mean, you could. On the other hand, I need to... The reasons for doing this are manifold and complex, but I want to kill some of these before I have to go down there. Suffice to say, I don't know if you can poison these things, but... Oh, you can. It's not so hard. Don't know if poison will kill it. I got something more useful. I don't have any fire bombs, and that's a problem. toxic is more effective than poison. I probably should have opened with that, Frank. With any luck, both of those will die. And use my other 5 on one of these other 2. I might be able to just magic one of them, but I'm going to need to get a better position to do that. I don't know if my magic will go that far though. Oh, it does. Be careful, I can't kill all of them. I should have just opened with this. There we go, that should be adequate setup.
Oh, ho! Excuse me, I was so absorbed in thought I just drifted away. Must be the warmth. Well, what's on your mind? No, don't tell me. Those monsters making life difficult for you? You need not be ashamed. We're all in the same boat, you know. I really have run up quite a debt to you. Perhaps the time has come.
Let me just slip on a different ring. Because I always forget to do it.
Friend, I have an idea. A good one, really. I will rush those dire fiends, and you can slip away in the confusion. Please, friend. I owe you much more than this. By the honor of the Knights of Katarina, allow me to assist you. And now, I go. Don't be slow. Come on! Over here, you fiends! Perish! Down, creatures! And you shall feel my wrath! But you, didn't you get away? Well, you've saved me, once again. Oh, thank goodness. I'm exhausted. I think I'll have a rest. Oh, don't you worry. The ground below me is my pillow. I'll recover shortly.
And he just goes to sleep in the middle of this poison fucking swamp. Anyway, that's all I needed to do. He's safe now. And the quest line will continue. It's weirdly precise about what has to happen there. If he takes too much damage while he's down there, he'll die. And you don't get to finish everything that he can offer. If you kill everything before he jumps down, then my understanding is that that also ends the quest, and he just, I don't know. I've never actually done that. But it sounds like it doesn't benefit you much more than just letting him get himself killed, so what you need to do is make him feel like he did something, but also don't let him die in the process. That's the trick. That's not Stairway. I should look at the game. Little bit of a labyrinth down here. Just a touch. You don't want to get hit by that. They're useless, but they can be even more annoying if you let them. So don't let them. Because of all the roots coming in, there's only one real way you can get out of here. And I think it's up here? Really is a maze. I think this way. I mean, you could always homeward bone back if you were so inclined. Should I go and try and get my stuff? I'm gonna go and try and get my stuff. This is probably a bad idea, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't really care about fighting that thing, but I want my stuff. Also, I'm gonna re-equip the lava ring because otherwise I'll die, forget about it, and then get killed on the lava instantly. That was not as hard as I was expecting it to be. And that only leaves the boss. That's all that's left. I don't think I have anything that can make this more pleasant than it's already not going to be. So let's go. Tell you what, I'll put on a sacrifice ring. I maybe should have put on light armor as well. We'll see how it goes. This weird thing. Which, at the start, really not a problem. Well, I mean, it can be, but it won't be. Will be if it does that. Gets unhappy. But even worse is this shit starts happening. And the actual problem is that shit starts happening. That shit right there. And that's why I put on a sacrifice ring. I hope you don't need to, Strider, but if you feel necessary, I have enough complete for another upgrade. Oh yes, end ring before I go and kill myself. I've certainly had more than 3 myself, perhaps. I'm hoping for a 2, but it could be like 10, because it's... We'll see. We'll see. It does have the benefit that each one of those things you hit on the side actually stays that way. So you don't have to do the whole process in one go. But even so... I know you two know that, but... not everyone. Like Irby. I don't know if Irby's still around, but... he is. Doubt he knew that. Are there any other bosses that do that? That you don't have to do the whole thing for? In one go? In the Dark Souls series? I can just sink into the stairs here. I believe it. I am all the way on board with that theory, Peps. No need to convince me. Sure the floors stayed broken. Good start. You have to go in range of getting hit to get through, but if you're in range to get hit, then you're getting hit. And getting knocked into bits. I don't know if this is safe to go this way, but here I am. The boss doesn't get better with the second one broken. And it looks kinda cool, but fuck it. I don't want it. Oh, and this shit starts up as well. Didn't even remember that. We've laid the groundwork, now we just need to get into the middle. That's all we have to do. Easier said than done. It's just... its attacks are ridiculous. You can't dodge them because they're so big and sweeping that even if somehow you had enough iframes to be able to avoid all the damage, they still push you into pits half the time. It's not a well-designed boss. Every death you do to it feels like it wasn't something you necessarily could have prevented. don't know why I keep killing that. I need to. I think they have a very rare chance of dropping red slabs. But I'm not even going to use a red slab, so why am I watching for it? I should have healed up. And this isn't really necessary. Might as well waste an Estus. Notice that's not going to be the problem. Wait for the best opening you can get, which isn't great. We're not safe yet. But when that bullshit can happen. That's so not satisfying way to finish that fight. Better get our socks. It's true. It's true. So I did that in 2 deaths. Does not always go that smoothly. I said, no, it was 2. Thank you. Dare you accusing me of dying one more time than I did. Let's take this down the bottom. 3 attempts. Okay, yes. I'll accept that. I thought you meant 3 deaths. Number 20. It may be obvious by this point that I don't care for the Bed of Chaos very much, and that it's going to be one of these 2 spots. Honestly, I'd rather fight the Capra Demon 10 times out of 10. It's right at the bottom, where it belongs. This isn't a debate. Maybe Capra Demon should be above Pinwheel. That's the direction I'm going. Maybe Capra Demon should go up. God. I need one of those proud night souls. Just keep pumping this intelligence. Really should have saved some of it for like Soul Spear. I should go and get Soul Spear, right? I should at least buy them for when I need them. I've got plenty of soul items, I should be able to use them. Maybe I should pay a visit to the giant blacksmith and buy a bunch of twinkling. You, how much do I need?
Oh, what time is it?
I need 60. 110, 140,000 souls. I should be able to get that. Start with the big ones. Let it close that. Didn't need to do that. Because I have a problem, I still don't want to use these boss souls, even though I have no reason not to. Have I mentioned I like stuff? This counts as stuff. Could make a spear out of Ornstein's soul, but it's too late for that. I have other characters for my warding habits.
Hello? Oh.
Do you have to buy actually everything to get him to piss off?
Come again. The knowledge here. Oh, this.
Maybe I should buy everything.
Come again. For
Oh, that's a lot more than I thought it was.
Oh, this. But if you, I don't remember how you, I can't remember the death. He's undead. Where's it going? What the other one? But if you,
He's not so much
Come again. The knowledge here.
company anymore.
Who are you? Stay clear of my work. Curses upon you. How dare you disturb me?
His mood really swings, doesn't he? I could go and finish that off now, but I don't want to go through the Antiques archives again. It's left such a bad taste in my mouth. Now then, now that we've dealt with Siegmeyer, I will pay one quick visit to Firelink Shrine, and then we can head back down to Ash Lake like we intended last time. I don't think we'll get another boss on the list, unless we're doing really well.
Well, hello again. I have finally located my father. All of your help was invaluable to us. Thank you so much. I was finally able to pass on my mother's last words. My father, he went on his final adventure. Don't worry, that's just the way he is. Undead or no. Sort of reassuring, really. He goes hollow. I'll just have to kill him again.
Wasn't the way she killed him the first time. But I don't know. I'm not adding the Ash Lake Hydra to the list. That's not a boss. You know that. Oh, yes, while I'm here. Kirk's shit. Which could be a standalone sentence. Kirk? I'm not being drawn into this. We have to go through all the swamp again, so let's make this as quick as possible. Poison resistance doesn't really matter much, since I can just chug some Estus and then poison's gone. Functionally. Not actually. If I really wanted this to go faster, I'd also take off all my armor, but I have some sense of decency. So much nicer when this swamp doesn't slow you down. Who made those invisible walls anyway? Did I say invisible walls? I meant illusion walls. Let's see. Thank you. About the only thing I really want from this area. Apart from all those buggers, but I'm not going to waste time doing all that. There's a lot of them in this area. Take too much time to be thorough about it. I guess that's a definitive list of everywhere basilisks live. Sewers and tree hollows. A corpse shadow here. There's something up there somewhere. I don't think there's anything else of particular interest in this area, apart from that ring, which I might equip actually. Always use more stamina. Who put these ladders here? All the basilisks are always a worry, even if they're not so much of a problem. There's a lot of crystal lizards and they're not really worth it unless you need all that twinkling. Something clashing magic ring finger, I don't know. No wonder you get the shit kicked out of you by the big ones. How can you backstab a mushroom? It hasn't got a back. I mean, it does have a back, but that also implies that these have some, like a spine or something, or any kind of internal organs. Despite being fungus. Now, unfortunately, I want to kill these things. As long as I don't get hit, they're not a problem. I guess that's true of anything, really, but... these things really do hurt if they manage to punch you. Not so much the little ones. Maybe I should wear... oh, this one's preoccupied, I guess. Aren't they dropping anything? Those should be pretty high. Maybe it's only the ones in Darkroot Garden. That's not the way. This way. I tell you what, those things are much more terrifying to use when you have a shorter weapon. Much more terrifying to fight when you have a shorter weapon to use. I still really like this area. The music helps.
All is hollow now. He's been subdued. He will cause no more trouble. Finally over. I will return to Katerina. You assisted us so quickly. I can hardly return the favor, but please accept this. It's of no use to me now. Dear Father.
Oh, Sigma. It's true. Now, unfortunately, we have to deal with this thing. Which can be easier said than done. God, I wish I had a shield. missed every attack. Tell you what, it's a lot better to get hit by the melee than get hit by the ranged. Stop using the ranged. Get as close as you want. That works. It's not so bad once you get in close. Even the basin Hydra is going to be a problem for me. It's difficult to be precise on these beastie buggers. Oh. Come on. You can't need many more hits. You just have to actually hit you. Which itself easier said than done sometimes. They are cool though. I like the Hydras. Even if they're a pain. Not so much that one. Though it can be. That basin one does its ranged from no. It does its range from miles away and hits you and often kills you. And it's very hard to dodge. You're right, actually. The Hydra can go just above Kirk on some other list that I'm not making. It's only the real reliable place you can get dragon scales. Short of dragons. The implication of the Hydra dropping 2 dragon scales is that the Hydra is some way draconic. I wonder what skull this is. Can't wander too long then. This bugger around. I'll let the other one be. See, I could almost go straight to a boss after I do this, but there's some things that I have to do first. And that's gonna take time, and I don't know that I'll get to it in time. There's some item in here. I don't know if I want to bother though. don't remember what's on the ground. I only remember the one that's a real... You have to know that you have to drop down there to get it. Actually, I might as well. Never feels good though. Never feels good. That's a handy miracle, but I don't have the faith for miracles. I missed both of those, huh? That's how that went down. Stop jumping! Ow! You're gonna get me murdered by a mushroom. He doesn't. Those are just gonna not drop anything, huh? That's cool, that's cool. Not cool. It must just be the ones in the dark root garden. That's a shame. Not gonna be passing them for a while. Where are we up to, actually? We did Seath, we've done Nido, we just did Bed of Chaos, there's only one left. If I just ignore this clan. It's gonna be following me, isn't it? Can't follow me forever. I mean, I could, but I don't want to. No reason to for me now. I think I'm still in the way of white, aren't I? I am, yeah. Also, I like how this fellow does not mind you doing this. Necessary sacrifice. And that's the Ash Lake. Which means the next place I'm going is... How the hell? What's the easiest way to get there? Firelink, I suppose. Yep. All the dragons, you can chop their tails off. For weapons. The Hellkite Drake, which... Alright. Broad definition of dragon. The Hellkite Drake, Gaping Dragon, that dragon, which isn't even an enemy. I don't know if you can even kill it. I've never tried, I don't intend to. And what, Calamite? Feel like I'm missing one. I guess Priscilla. Priscilla's Heart Dragon. I really haven't spent much time in the Valley of the Drakes, have I? I feel like this dragon is tougher than the one in the painted world, despite the fact that I'm not sure that makes a whole lot of sense positioning in the game wise. Should probably kill it. Stab you in the head. Not like that. It's not stabbing you in the head. That's also not stabbing you in the head. Jesus Christ. Yeah, we're not getting to the next boss. Not this time. Maybe I should go the other way. There's no good way there. There really isn't. How about... Actually, I am forgetting the most obvious, easiest way to get there. I apologize, Andre. I forgot all about you. As soon as you had finished upgrading my items, I ignored you. In fact, I'm still ignoring you, I'm just going to your bonfire. Let's use some more moss. Actually, that's not true. I don't think I need moss ever again. This way. I want to go this way first. I like Dark Root Garden. Nice and peaceful. Like some kind of garden. If I'm getting stabbed and slashed. Fortunately, this Black Knight is bumped into fairly early on in the game, so not a whole lot of damage from this fellow. Go the way I'd hoped. That didn't go the way I'd hoped either. None of this is going quite the way I intended. Except for that. Thanks, friend. I feel like this has been a long time coming. How much weight have I got? Can I have a bit more? I can have a bit more. While I'm not parrying anything, I'm gonna have this on my back. I won't use it because I promised not to use shields, but it's there. Providing me its bonus. can always use more stamina. Well, I'm actively using a scenery. There's very little reason not to put on the grass crest shield. There's not a whole lot of items that give you a passive bonus whether you're using something or not. Very wary of the shit flying at me. I don't want to get hit by any of it. Coincidence, I just met your friend. One poke cut off its head. You normally bump into this thing a lot sooner than this. Ow. In one slash, I killed 2 crystal golems and chopped off a Hydra's head. Fortunately, it doesn't know how to aim super well when you're at point blank range. Hit it. I have to be very careful because there's a ledge around here somewhere and I don't want to walk on it. That's going to be a lot more deadly than the Hydra is. That'll do. I do kind of like that you have 2 options with the Hydras. You can either do enough damage to kill it normally, or you can chop off all of its heads. The 2 aren't necessarily linked. I think I have to come back. Wonder if I save and quit if it'll come back. Because I think you have to kill the Hydra and then it'll only respawn later. I say respawn. Spawn the first time. There's a thing that's supposed to be there. Trust me. There it is. You get to fight this one in water, because that's fun. But also I've got the ring, so that's not a huge problem. And again, generally you encounter this a lot sooner. God, I almost slashed her. That would have been bad.
So, it is thou who rescued me. Most gracious, I am deeply obliged. I am Dusk of Ulasil. I cometh from an age long before thine. I cannot stay here for long, so, before I disappear, Allow me to ask one thing. My home, Ulyssil, is the home of ancient sorceries. My hope is to pass this profound knowledge to thee.
Can you even do the DLC if that
Would
happens?
this be of assistance to thee? My heartfelt thanks. I am pleased beyond words. Then I shout, engrave my signature. If thou art in need, pray summon me from my signature. It seems that my time is done. May the great flames guide thee.
I like how she doesn't tell you where she's signing. You'd think it would be there, but no. It's ages away. I mean, not that far away, but still not necessarily logical. I hate how hard it is to see the drop off. Probably needs more souls. So it's just... I'm gonna have to wait for this one. But also she doesn't get summoned as a
I am
phantom.
Dusk of Ulyssil. It is an honor to see thee again. I shall follow thine wishes.
I'm gonna bow, I'll do it properly.
For a very long time, I was trapped within the crystal golem. From my home I was taken and banished to a plane of distortion. It was there that thou came to my rescue, long after I had relinquished all hope. So gleeful was I. My faith reneweth. The sorceries of Ulyssil differ from the magic of thine age. It is difficult to explain. Ulyssill's sorceries are, what doth one say? They're somewhat of an approximation. Thine sorceries are more straightforward, negating all but thyself. Dost thou not find some fascination in these discrepancies? The sorcery, it is all thine, is that...
Anyway, I'm gonna buy a bunch of these because they're all sorceries and I want sorceries. I'll buy one of those as well, even though I'm pretty sure by this point the regular catalyst is more useful.
If thou art in need, I only may the...
Anyway, now that I've done that, remember where the hell the homeward bones are. Now I've done that, I've got to go back to the entrance of the Duke's archives. God. Let's go there from Anna. I only have 1 minute left, so maybe I should stop here. But also I'd like to just get straight into the DLC next time, so maybe I'll go a little bit longer. Bugger it, let's go and... I will go and get the thing you need to get into the DLC, and then if I do not die on the way, I will go and deal with Big Hat Logan, who is not doing so well anymore. I love doing that to that guy. Seems so confused about what just happened. Fortunately, this is like the last thing I ever need to do here. And I don't ever have to come back to the Duke's Archives ever again. At least not on this character. Make sure it's safe, especially when these buggers are buffed. Get this last bugger who's getting lured in here first. Taking any chances. Eat it. I could go and fight that mimic I never fought over there as well, but I'd rather not. Ah, the lever's on the other side. This place is normally so symmetrical. Coming? Too late now. Almost done. But recall that this is where I bumped into Seath the first time. A magic old man. Oh, yeah. That works. I think there's something up there as well. Remember. There's something. Maybe that's all. Oh well. Anyway, now that we have that broken pendant, that's all you need to get into the DLC. And so I'm going to walk back to the Undead Parish, because that's as close as I can get. And then we'll call it a day. Till next time, I suppose. I don't know. I spend most of my weeks just thinking, what if I played more Dark Souls? But I can't because I've got a stream. That is the pain I have to suffer so that I can do this. It's not so bad. Anyway, that's it for me for this day, week, stream. Until next week, day stream. No, it's weekend, but whatever, you know what I mean. But I will... Oh, that's a bit premature. Apologies, I forgot I had this set up differently. I will see you all next week. Bye-bye now.